Hi, my name is Emma Wilson and I am with the Cincinnati Parks Conservation Land Management Team. We are here today at the beautiful French Park and we are filming an invasive vines management training video. If you haven't, please check out the invasive vine slideshow. The information in that slideshow will help inform the work that this video is going to be demonstrating to you. And lastly, I would like to thank you for all of the work that you do for the parks. We really truly couldn't do it without you. So let's get started. Method number 1, hand pulling. This method is traditionally used for smaller areas on seedlings and also for follow-up work in areas where we have already taken care of bigger plants and we just have to come back through and pull the little stuff. I would not recommend this method for a large area necessarily. However, we did want to discuss this method in case people wanted to understand how to do it in their own backyards. So typically when you use the hand pulling method, you want to have soil that is a little bit more moist. Really dry soil can make hand pulling difficult. I would recommend that you have gloves on. One advantage to this method is that you don't have to use herbicide. It is still a method you can use and one that works. With some vines, depending on the season or the type of year, you can just pull them out and leave them. Other vines, you would want to take them off site. So make sure you understand which vines you are pulling and which ones you may have to take off the site or leave there. The second method that we want to talk about is using pruners and loppers. Now, when we are using these methods, we are going to also be using herbicide, so we want to make sure that we have the proper PPE always. We want to have our gloves on, we want to have our glasses on. With pruners and loppers, the difference between using those is the size of the vine. For pruners, we recommend you use them on vines from pencil-sized up to the diameter of your finger. Anything bigger than the diameter of your finger up to about the diameter of your wrist, we recommend using loppers. For both of these, you want to do a window cut. The reason being is it prevents the vine from reclimbing itself, and it also brings new leaves to a lower and easier to manage level. So we want to make a little window in the vine. This allows others who might come through on a second pass to know that the vine has been cut. And when you make the cut, you want to grab the bottom of the vine. Make sure you keep it in your hand because you don't want to lose that part of the vine. And when you have that end of the vine and you've made your window cut, then you want to go ahead and dab it. The third method that we're going to talk about is using our handsaw. This is really, really good for bigger vines and especially vines that are still affixed to the tree or the host that you might be working off of, because you don't necessarily want to like rip the vine off of the tree to make your window cut, right? That could potentially damage the tree or the host that it's on. So this method is really good for if you know that you're not going to be able to necessarily remove the vine off the tree. So again, we have our PPE, we're using herbicide, we're using sharp things, we want to have our gloves on, we want to have our glasses on, and we want to make a Pac-Man cut. So you think about Pac-Man, you think about his little mouth, and you want to make that type of cut into the vine so that it's open, right? And this will allow you to then take your dabber and apply the herbicide into the little Pac-Man mouth that you just made on the vine. The fourth method for vines that are really, really, really big, that are too big for a handsaw, too big for loppers, we would need to come in with chainsaws. I want to clarify that we do not allow volunteers to use chainsaws in the parks. That is going to be a job for the Conservation Land Management Team. So if you see a vine that is chainsaw sized, don't worry about it. It's too big to cut with hand tools. The CLM team will come in and take care of that later. While it is important to note maybe like where the vine is, what area, communicate that with your site leader or the CLM team, and that way we can make sure that we come back through and take care of some of those bigger ones. Also, with those bigger vines, you want to keep in mind these vines on these trees can create a lot of tension. They can create a safety hazard. So you want to be really mindful of that when you're working here with the safety hazards that could be associated with these bigger vines. Lastly, I want to really emphasize this, if you don't know the vine, don't cut it. If there's too many native vines, in order for this invasive one to be removed, don't cut it. Don't worry. The work will get done. We will come back through and make sure that things are taken care of in a timely manner. Thank you so much for watching this video and coming along with me today as we go through French Park and learn about how to remove invasive vines. In the Cincinnati Parks, invasive vines specifically are a growing problem, but with your help, we can manage them and make sure that we take care of our green spaces for generations to come. So thank you so much from Cincinnati Parks. Have a good day.